It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington, let's just say it has not been a season to remember for them. With a large chunk of the schedule behind us, they have the worst record in the entire NBA. Yikes. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Chad, what did you like in a coach? And what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over collected. Especially with all the media whirlwind in LA, Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and collected in the locker room. He was a triple OC.
Triple OC, almost like a triple OG. But I'll tell you, great coaches have great relationships with their players. And those relationships go far beyond basketball. Most great coaches would talk to you 20% basketball, 80% life.
Triple OC, 80-20. Good stuff. Good stuff. Happy to be here with you two guys. It's very deep. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Thanks, homie.
Streaming action for running object. The free and the
on the road, looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Washington Wizards are ready for this thing to get started. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. It's on the road tomorrow as the Bulls wrap up this home stretch. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
Well, I don't know if these fans could be any more behind this team right now. The winning streak has captured this community's imagination. The level of enthusiasm, absolutely off the charts.
And the great atmosphere. The fans have had a lot to cheer for lately, and it does come full circle. But their energy, I truly believe, is lifting this team to even greater heights.
And now Washington's starting group. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. And it's Porter at the three, the small forward. Wall against Rose. Nene, the screen. Wall dishes to Beal. And the layup's good off the glass. Beal's got his first points of the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Bradley Beal, a devastating long-range shooter. Effortless and smooth, textbook mechanics. When he gets in the rhythm from behind the arc, lights out, baby. Lights out.
All with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Porter. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Rose passes to Noah. And it's Chicago scoring again.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
For Washington, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Porter. Chicago grabs the miss. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
And Wall kicks to Nene. There's the pick. Pass to Porter. With some arc, it's rebounded by Noah.
He's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
That one goes. Count. Rose has got his second basket of the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them. offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Well, you can't give him that kind of a position in the post.
Oh, without question. I mean, when he gets it in that tight and that close, that's easy. Real easy.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D, because that clearly was a breakdown.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, the Wizards head coach had a couple of moments for me. He's been chewing over the best plan of attack against this defense with all that shot blocking inside. He said the big thing is we can't play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. Kevin, we'll see if they can turn the tables this time around and even the season series. Back to you.
Wonderful stuff, Doris. Thanks. What approach to use against the opposing D, I guess, in the front of their minds, it sounds like, guys.
And I think it's going to take not just one approach, but several. I mean, they are so good at making adjustments defensively. They'll have to be ready to adjust on the fly as well.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is a team that will give you a lot of different looks at the defensive end, so adjusting and adapting, critically important.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. While we have a quick chance here, let's now take a look at some point guards who have been dead on target from the floor over the course of the past 10 games. Derrick Rose, number 1. Second is Aaron Brooks.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip. These guys have shot the ball. You know, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
Well, you know they're not going to do that, though. I mean, even as deadly as they are from the field, they're always looking to set up their teammates first.
Here's Nene. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Wall with another miss. Chicago leading by 4 to the paint. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Now here's Gortat. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. Derrick Rose again. Rose has got 9 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Good.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
There's a screen by Gortat. Beal gets a wide-open look. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Butler. Again, Chicago.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, his fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Tony Snell, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. Off off the inbound pass. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Dudley's got his first basket of the night.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injury. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
They get it again. Here's Noah, the second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup. Noah's got 10 points. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Bulls?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition. And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Now here's Butler. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Wall dishes to Beal. Back to Wall. Tries it from 19. Wall with another miss.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Here's Gasol. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gibson's checked in. The Wizards also changing it up. Chris Humphries has checked in for Porter. Gary Neal comes in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Now here is Humphries. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Shot clock at 6. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skill, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. 8 points for Marcin Gortat. The Bulls leading by 8. Pass to Portis. And he banks in the layup.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
Humphries. Wide open shot is on the money. Humphries has got his first bucket in this one.
Sessions doing a nice job that time.
Puts it up from 12. Another one falls for Chicago.
And it really starting to look like they're going to have one of those days where nothing goes wrong.
Well, Greg, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far. Stretching the lead into double digits already.
Now here's Brooks after Gortat's miss. The 15-footer. And there's Mirotic on the assist by Butler. And the Bulls lead by 12.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Oubre's checked in for Gortat. Washington has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And the dunk by Humphries.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
Kicks it to Neal. Inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Humphries has got his third basket of the night right there.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Sessions. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Brooks kicks to Butler. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kelly Oubre.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much a great part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there, and most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Chicago leading by 10. Down low. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Oubre kicks to Sessions. Wizards passing it around. Here's Neal. Here's Dudley. It's rebounded by Portis.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
From deep, Neal. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Neal's got his second basket of the night. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he gets the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 13.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And Washington has possession after the Bulls pick up 2. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Brooks kicks to Butler. They grab their own miss.
They have got to box out better than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Bulls up by 15. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And a chance to he came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition too.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Wizards 5 right now. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Nene is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Porter at the 3 spot. Wall, that's a 2-pointer. Another shot, and that one's good by Porter.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
That's good from Noah on the assist by Rose. And 12 points for Joakim Noah.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor. And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
Here's Beal. Hangs in the air. And he sinks the layup. Beal's got 6.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to New Orleans.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not
Joakim Noah
basketball.
not been scoring.
Wizards trail by 13 to the right side. There's Porter with the 3. Another shot. Dudley's shot is good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 14 points for Joakim Noah.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
The Bulls leading by 13. Here's Rose, rejected by Wall. Mirotic against Beal. Here's Porter, on target from 13 feet. Porter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And that one's good by Noah.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
All with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against New Orleans.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Beal's shot is good.
I like how John Wall bodied up the defender there.
Bulls have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. 5 for 9.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Here's Nene, rejected by Gasol. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Here's Nene. He has 6. Here's Beal. That doesn't go either for Beal.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 11 on the bucket from Porter.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
And Gasol gets it to go. The Wizards shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Here's Nene. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 5 assists in the game.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Got that one up quick. And that's 18 points for Joakim Noah.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Porter kicks to Wall. Works out with the screen for Wall. The pass to Beal. Fires the three. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Gasol. That misses off the backboard.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Beal can't get it to go. The Bulls leading by 10. Snell hits to Gasol. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark
Yes,
bringing it down hard.
yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
That's good. 10 points for Otto Porter Jr.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Mirotic's shot is off.
And once he had to change his shot in the face of the D, you just had a feeling that one wasn't going to fall.
And Wall kicks to Beal. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Beal's got 13 points.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Mirotic's shot is off.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Wall. Can't get it to go. And it's Chicago the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that when, I mean, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. I mean, they exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Jimmy Butler comes in for Mirotic. And it's Brooks in for Rose. 4 on the shot clock. Good. Humphries has got 8 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also, was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history. Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
And Sessions kicks to Neal. There's the feed to Oubre. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters from both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
Snell, that's good.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Craig. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime dropped right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Here's Sessions. No good on the 3. Chicago leading by 14. Lots of room. Neal pulls it in.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Balanced scoring, Clark, for him. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? Going better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
Butler from outside, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got his 9th assist in the game now. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Looking to end the run, and the dunk by Humphries.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Wizards trail by 19, and Sessions kicks to Oubre. Picked by Humphries. Feeds it to Neal. Nice ball movement by Washington.
2 minutes, 2
Right wing. Humphries with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Here's Neal. Brooks gets the rebound.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Over to the left wing. Neal's shot is off.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Passes it to Oubre. Picked by Humphries. The dish to Neal. He kicks to Sessions. From downtown, and Gary Neal with the three. Neal's got his third bucket of the night.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Gibson, rebounded by the Wizards.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Sessions. Humphries with a screen on Brooks. Sessions passes to Humphries. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And that's 10 points for Marcin Gortat. That's a 2 from Butler. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. 19 points for Jimmy Butler.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
There's a screen by Gortat. To the middle. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
And it's Butler missing. To the inside. It's deflected. Stolen by Brooks. Up the floor. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just bad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Bulls out front, running away with this one. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pow, tell us what have been the key aspects to how this team is playing so far through the first 2 quarters.
Oh, just had to be aggressive from the beginning, take the shots that were there, move the ball, we're being unselfish. We were defending better in the first quarter, and we were able to knock down the shots.
Pow, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 19 points and 8 assists. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half of basketball. Good ball movement off the ball, hard screens being set, and they found the guy for the open look. That's how they were able to shoot such a tremendous percentage from the field. With that fluid, efficient offense, they'll be tough to catch in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe
Barbecue
the amount of points they
chicken.
allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchups because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Barbecue chicken. That's what he said. Hell no.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Talk about being on this game. Look at the numbers for Butler. 19 points, then his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they are going to be dangerous.
At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Snell in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two. And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Well, Clark getting back to Wall and Beal, they really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Here's Noah, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Here's Gortat. The shot from the low post is good. Gortat's got 14.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Gortat with the steal. Dishes it to Beal. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Paul Gasol.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young 2-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. Wall gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
It's amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect in this half.
Rose dishes to Butler. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Washington calls timeout.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Mirotic is checked in for Tony Snell. Wall, that's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Wall with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Wall attacking.
Oh! That happened.
You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind. But I think he's just trying to give him a spark.
What a dunk it was.
And he's got that awe factor. Even look at us. We're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And Rose throws it down.
such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And Wall kicks to Beal. There's a screen by Gortat. Shot from the low block. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Bulls leading by 15. Here's Butler. Hammers it down right over the D.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main front, all that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
And the shot's good from Nene. The Bulls have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Here's Gasol. The shot is off. Some solid defense there by Nene. And Gortat kicks to Beal. Here's Nene. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic just got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wall against Rose. There's Beal with the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Butler, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Dudley's checked in. Rose against Wall. Here's Dudley. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Dudley's got his 3rd basket of the night. On for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career, and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
He feeds it to Nene. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. 16 points for Nene.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in a hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Wizards trail by 15. All with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. It's picked off. The finish. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on John Wall.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Butler.
We've seen John Wall handling his business. He has 20 points and 13 assists. He is in complete control of this game.
Clark, you're on the money with that one. It's all going his way.
And so Wall nails both of them.
And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending. And that small change makes a huge impact on...
Nasty. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Wizards trail by 16. Nene, the screen. Pass to Porter. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And that's 12 points for Otto Porter Jr. And Chicago shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And Wall kicks to Beal. Jacks up a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
For the Wizards, Chris Humphries has checked in for Porter. And Gary Neal subbed in for Beal. And Wall kicks to Neal. Nene with the screen on Brooks. And the shot is good. Neal's got 10 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen. Oh! And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Humphries with a screen on Brooks. Neal. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Neal's got 4 points this quarter.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
The Bulls leading by 12. Here's Portis, and he bangs it home with one hand.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
And Dudley kicks to Wall. Chicago grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Wide open. Here's Gibson. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Gibson's got 8 points. Wizards trail by 16. It's Wall with the drive. Here's Nene. Shot no good. Here's Rose. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And that's 20 points for Rose.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Wall banked in off the glass. Wall's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. Oubre's checked in for Washington. Sessions comes in for John Wall. And the shot is good. Neal's got 14.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
To the paint, stolen by Dub. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Here's Oubre. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. Number 1, the Bulls.
Now, they've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Bulls leading by 12. Brooks, the pass to Gibson. And again, Chicago. No good. Washington's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Neal. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
Sessions against Brooks. That 3 off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And Sessions kicks to Neal. There's a screen. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Picked by Humphries. Here's Oubre. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Snell dishes to Mirotic. Sessions with the rebound. Wizards trail by 12. The shot is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta, where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Here's Neal. Brooks covering. Over to the left wing. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Here is Gorton. Here's Humphries. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You gotta tip your hat to him. That was well done.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bulls lead by 12. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Chicago leading by 12. So on the floor for Washington, Bradley Beal and Otto Porter Jr. are the wingmen. Jared Dudley out there with Gortat, and it's Sessions in at the point. It's Beal on the wing. Brooks covering. Lets it go from 11. Second chance shot. That's good.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And Washington making a change here. Wall's checked in. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last two seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league. Oh, I love that dish down low.
What's up, Wall
Trail by 13. It's Beal on the wing. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. And that's 19 points here for Beal.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete. But his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
There's a screen by Gortat. Wall passes to Gortat. He dishes it to Beal. A three ball. Good. Beal's got 5 points in the quarter.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
And talking about Gortat,
ooh, he stole it.
What he can do for
good
you
shit.
Defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and
timing
to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline play.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Wall against Brooks. And Wall. Here we go now. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
And that one's good by Porter.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams. And it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Poked loose. The open shot by Beal. They get the rebound. Here's Dudley. Goes up again. Noah with the block. Inside. Wall with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Snell. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few. as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Rose is checked in for Brooks. And a switcher also for Washington. Nene is checked in. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season. Seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
Beal pulls it in. Beal's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. With a floater, Porter, no luck.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Washington with the ball. 11-point game. Now here's Wall. Wall draws the double. Tries from 10, and he can't bank that one in. Bulls have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. It's Nene, high post. Again, Nene missing. The Bulls leading by 11 to the middle. It's stolen by Wall.
I knew Wall was going to steal that ball.
Here's Beal. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
What a performance from Beal here. 22 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
And both free throws good for Beal.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first. He power surged that one down. Wow.
Good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Here's Butler, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And Wall kicks to Nene. Up and in on the layup. Nene's got 12 points in just the second half.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker. Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Here's Beal. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Beal's got 26 points. The Bulls leading by 11. Snell kicks it to Noah. And he goes in for the dunk.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark,
yes,
bringing it down hard.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Here's Beal. And the basket good. Beal's got 11 points in the quarter.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
Here's Noah. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. That's now 32 points for Joakim Noah.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Butler from outside. Rebound, Washington. Nene's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Porter. No good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
Whoa. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
There's a screen by Gortat. Beal against Butler. Gasol with the steal. There's the 3. And Jimmy Butler with the 3. Butler's got 34.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And Wall. Here we go now. That's good.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And Chicago has possession. 16-point lead. Here's Snell. Beal pulls it in. Beal's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Porter. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Porter's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Noah's shot is off. Wizards trail by 14. All with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Wall dishes to Nene. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Noah. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Faded away to create the space. Snell's got 21 in the game. And Washington has possession. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one, Clark.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Pushing it up. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Noah's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Boy, another fast break bucket. I mean, that's their not-so-secret weapon.
It's as if the defense has been a step slow in transition all night. I mean, at some point, they have got to make...
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
You know, one thing we saw a lot of last season during the playoffs was the hack-a-shack plan, pretty much purposely fouling a poor free throw shooter. A lot of differing opinions on it, as it wasn't fun to watch for the viewers, but many feel it's a legitimate part of the game if it works.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Washington, and that one's good.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Washington's head coach said to his team. There was one thing he stressed above everything else, and that was getting the ball into the low post. That is where their points can and should be coming from in his mind. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense, lots of shots, and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. The Hack-a-Shack or the Hack-a-Jordan or the Hack-a-whatever being the focus of the playoffs last season. We saw it up close and personal. It opened up a debate, Greg, on whether or not it should be allowed. What do you think?
You know, it's a touchy subject. I remember last summer, or spring, I should say, the commissioner touched upon it. You know, one of the concerns is, do you want to change a rule for an entire league when it basically affects 2 players? And so it's something that you got to be sensitive to. But to your point, the fans don't want to see that ugly style of basketball.
It's boring. It slows the game down. Wizards trail by 14. Wall kicks to Gortat. Tries again. Another miss by Gortat.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Noah's shot is off. A minute 20 left to play here in the 4th. Gasol with the steal. Poked away. Rose passes to Noah. Fires from the wing. Rebound by the Wizards.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Chicago.
They really had it going, Clark. Their offense propelled them.
Yeah, in this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
They really took control of the first 2 games in this season series by keeping the pressure on. The win here tonight will move them to 2-0 with 1 game left against the Wizards.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Rose. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open. Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
Now the Bulls with it. Earlier they held a 23-point lead.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, pal, congratulations on the win here. How satisfying is this victory for you and the team?
It's satisfying just because we got another great win. And the way we've been playing lately, I think it's just been great. And we just got to keep the momentum going.
Wins help the confidence, pal. Congratulations. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Derrick Rose.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score.
24 points, 28 assists, 2 rebounds.
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game. The way he moved the ball around the court, making sure everyone had their hand in the offense, was superb. That's how you play the point in this league, ladies and gentlemen.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil. Aí, MSP, Laboratório Contato. É nóis.
Alright, I'll see y'all later.